Hello guys, welcome to the video. In this video, we are going to discuss our question, maximal rectangle. So first, let's understand our question. We are given a n cross m binary matrix. Binary matrix means filled with zeros and ones. We are required to find the largest rectangle containing only ones and return its area. Let's understand it better. So we are given a 2D matrix, binary matrix. I have made it n cross m 2D matrix. Now, what is our task? Our task is to find rectangle and pinch its area. Okay, first let's try to find some rectangle. So what is a rectangle here? Okay, so here, this, let's talk about this. Okay, so this 1 and 1, right? We can only include 1, right? So these 1 and 1 form a rectangle. Of what height? Of 2 height, sorry, of 2 height and 1 width. That gives us 2 area. As we know, to calculate area, the formula is height into width. Okay, so let's see some more example. Here, if we include this matrix, we can only include 1, right? It is mentioned in the question, we can only include 1. So this matrix, okay, so this is a rectangle of what width? Let's see, of 2 width and 2 height. That gave us 4, right? What else? Let's see, this whole, you can include this whole. What will be its height? Its height is going to be 4 and the width is going to be 1. That gives you 4. One more important thing that I want to show you, that only 1. So only 1 also constitutes as a rectangle. So this is also a rectangle. Of what height? Of 1 height and 1 width. That is 1. So that's how we are going to get our area of our rectangle. And what is our task? To get the maximum area, to get the max area. Perfect. So let's see some more example so that we completely understand our question. Okay, so here let me create a 2D matrix. 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 1. So this is your 2D matrix, okay, or n cross m. Now let's try to find some rectangles here and calculate its area. So here, this is a rectangle. Of course, this is a rectangle, right? This is also a rectangle. What else? This is also a rectangle. And this is also a rectangle. And alone one is also a rectangle. Okay. Now let's try to get its calculate its area. So here the height is 1 and the width is 2. That gives us 2. Now here for this, the height is 4 and the width is 1, 4. So I think in this case, also let's see this case, this whole is also a rectangle, right? So with height 2 and width 3, that gives us 6. So I think here the max area is 6. I hope that you have understood the question completely. So now let's try to analyze it and get to our solution. Okay, so suppose we are given a 2D matrix. Let it be anything. 3, oh, not 3, it's binary, right? 1 0 0 1 1. It's not a 2D matrix, it's a 1D. So you know how to calculate the maximum area of a rectangle in a 1D matrix. We have solved that question, largest area histogram 2. If you have not, I would recommend you to go watch that video first, then come to this, then watch this video, because that is a prerequisite to our question. So if we talk about a 1D array, we know we can calculate its area, right? We have already solved that question. So here, if we talk about 1 represent height, right? So 1 0 0 1 1, right? So think of it as a row of your matrix, of a 2D matrix. So you know how to calculate its area. That's we know. We know, sorry, we know how to calculate its area. That is an easy task for us because we have already solved it. Also, if you have not watched, do watch that video, largest area histogram 2. All right. Now let's talk about this 2D matrix. Okay. So let's analyze it. Let's analyze it. So here we got, I'm going to use black pen. Here you got 4 rows, right? 0, 1, 2, and 3. And of course, we are given 1. Think of 1 as height, elevation. So 1, 0, then 1. Right? Here also 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Right? Here there is 1 height, elevation in every column. So 1, 1, 1, and 1. And the last, in the 0th column, 1 elevation, then 0, 0, then 1 elevation. So here, what I want you to analyze is, see, this is also a rectangle, right? Right. This also constitutes of a rectangle. I'm talking about this, right? Of how much? Of 4 height, right? So let's see more example, because then you will understand what I'm talking about. This also constitutes of a rectangle, right? So if I'm at, let's think of, right? Yeah. If I'm at the, let me write the column and the row numbers. Sorry. Right. 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I'm at the 3rd row, right? If I know the maximum height here, can I calculate its area? Of course I can, using what? We already know how we can calculate area of 1D array. We know using the largest area histogram. We know, we already discussed it. We will use it. So somehow I want to show you that what we are gonna do. So here it's 1, 0, 1, 1, and the highest height here will be the same. So let me write 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Now we'll get to the first row. Now here what will be your height? So here it was 1. So here you got 1, so you can include this in your height. This will part of your height. Here it is 0, it will remain 0. You got 1. You can include it, so it will become 2. Here it's 1, it will remain 1. Here it is 1, it will remain 1. Now you get to the second row. So here it is 1. So can you include 1 in your height? Of course you can include 1. So this will be 3. We are getting maximum height here. Okay. Here it is 1, it will be 1. Here it is 1, you can include it, so it will be 3. Here it is 1, so you will include it, it will become 2. Here it is 1, it will become 2. Now for the last row, here it is 1, you can include it, it will become 4. Here it is 0, it will remain 0. Here it is 0, it will remain 0. Here it is 1, so you can include it in your height, it will get 3. Here it will get 0. So if you can get this matrix from here, our question will be a cakewalk. We can simply solve it using the largest area histogram, right? What we are going to do is to calculate area. We are going to calculate area of each row, right? And whenever we get our max, we are going to compare and we are going to make our max area, right? Whichever area is greater, right? Because here we are including the max height. We can get its area using the maximum largest area histogram function, right? So for example, here if our area is 1, so we can calculate and keep updating our max area. Now let's talk about something you must be wondering, that we are required a 2D array. But is a 2D array really required? Is a 2D array really required? Think about it. No, a 2D array is not necessary Why is that? Let's see. Okay, so let's see it in completely from the scratch. Okay, I'm going to increase its size. How do we increase its size? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to create a 2D, not a 2D. I'm going to create a 1D array. And with the help of 1D array, I will achieve what I want to achieve. Let's see how. Okay, so here is a 1D array. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. Right. Let me write the indexes here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So first, what will we do is copy the elements of the 0th row. Of the 0th row. So let's do it. So it will be 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. And we are going to take a area variable, or you can say max area. Right. And we are going to simply store it the area of the 0th row. Right. Let's say its area is 1. We stored it here. Now, now, now we are going to check. We got two options, two elements we can get. One is 1 and 0. In 1, what we are going to do is include. Right. And 0, we will just mark 0. It will remain 0. Let's see how we do it. So here, now I will do the work for the first row, for 1th row. So for the 1th row, let's see. Right. So here I got 1. I can include it in my answer. It will become 2. Here it is 0. So it will remain the same. Here it is 1. I can include it in my answer, in my height. It will become 2. Here it is 0. So I will add 1. Right. Here it is 0. I can add 1. Perfect. So this is for the first row. Then I will calculate its area. Right. And I will calculate its area. Now for second row. Now again, I'm going to check. It's 1. So I can include it in my height. So it is going to be 3. And for 0, again, I'm going to increase its height by 1. Here, 1 is in every column. So I'm going to increase every one. So 2 is going to become 3. I will include it in my height. 1 is going to become 2. And 1 here also is going to become 2. Now for the third row, the final row, third row. So for the third row, here it is 1. Yes, you can include it in your height. It will become 4. Now, important. Now it's 0. So if 0, then you are going to update the value to 0. It will remain 0. Here also it is 0. It will remain 0. Right. Here also, here it is 1. So you will update it. It will get 3. And if it is 0, it will remain 0. Right. So as you can see, you got the same answer using a 1D array. So now it's simple. Let's try to code it. So first I will bring the largest area histogram, our code. Right. So using this function, it will get simple for us. Right. Perfect. Create some space, or I'm gonna full screen. Now let's write its code. So what was So what was our first step? Our first step was to copy the 0th column. To copy the 0th column. Right. So for that, I'm gonna create a vector, a 1D vector of n type. I'm gonna call it height. Of what size? Of array number of columns present in the 0th column in the matrix. Right. Now I'm gonna traverse for int I equal to 0 till array 0 dot size. Right. I'm gonna traverse all the columns of my 0th column and update its value in my height array. So height I is equal to array 0th row and all the columns. All right. So here I did the task. I copied it. Now my int max area. So I'm going to calculate its area. To calculate its area, we know that this can calculate 1D area for us. 1D matrix, largest rectangle area for us. So by using this function, height, so I got max area of the 0th column. Now I'm going to traverse starting from the first row. Right? Array dot size I plus plus for int j equal to 1, j is less than array, column size j plus plus. Now I got two conditions mainly. What are those conditions? If array ij is equal to 1, right, then I'm going to do something else, array ij equal to 0. So if array ij equal to 1, what I was supposed to do is to include it. It can be part of our height. So I'm going to simply, in my height array, I'm going to simply increase my height. Else, I'm going to simply set it to 0. Right? If it's 0, it will remain 0. Now, I traversed the whole column, updated my height value. Now my task is to calculate its area, the row area. For that, largest rectangle area function, I'm going to pass height. And now I'm going to update my max area equal to whichever is greater, the rows area or my area I calculated until now. And then at the end, I'm going to simply return max area. So let's return max area. So this is our code. Now let's try to run it. It's giving an error. Let's see the error. For int j equal to 1, j is array 0 dot size. Here I missed a semicolon. Okay, let's run it now. Perfect, accepted. Now let's submit it. It is failing a test case. Okay, so let's see where we did wrong. Let's see our test case. Okay. A very minor mistake here. Here I'm starting j from 1, and of course I have to start from the 0th column. Right? We always start from the 0th column. So that's it for this question. If you like this video, do not forget to like, comment, and share. But yeah, we have not submitted yet. Let's submit it first. Should submit now. Yeah, perfect, 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.